All right. So once again, we have another wonderful interview. Do you want to say your name, sir?
My name is Carlos Hardy.
Yes, we're here with Carlos Hardy, and Carlos. I know the last time we talked, it's actually been, man, a long time.
Years.
Years, man. But some things have transpired since then, and one of those has been your book, man. With your partner. You want to tell your partner's name?
Yes, my co-author name is Christopher Edwards, and he helped to co-write the book, Volonians.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what came about? How did you two come about with this book?
How did we come about the book? Well, it's really simple. We love superpowers. We love superheroes. We love anything that deals with imagination. And at one point in time, we looked at this website, and if you notice, the top grossing 100 movies that have been adapted into books all didn't have the imagery that we thought they should have, which was African American or minorities, just minorities in the lead role.
Okay.
So we said, you know what, let's do something about this, because we like to see ourselves on television or in movies or even in books, literature. So we set our butts down and we say, you know what, our kids need to see this. Our kids needs to be able to read something about themselves that's heroic. So we wrote the book, and when we wrote the book, it was just a labor of love. Yeah.
Okay. How long did it take to write from, I guess, conception to I guess the first draft? Say the first
Okay. Originally, I have to tell you guys this. Originally, the book was a pilot for a TV show, and we wrote the pilot for a TV show, and we filmed it. It's somewhere out there. Yeah, we filmed it.
Somewhere out there in
it's
the
like
internet world.
Exactly. It's like 22 minutes, and we loved it so much, and we got such a great reception that a lot of the people who viewed it was asking, where are these characters from, and what's their backstory, and we just knew we had to tell that story. So 2012, we decided in September to write the book. We wrote the book November and December 2012, and it was done. It took us 2 months.
So let's go back, since you mentioned the pilot that you did. What type of pilot is it? Animation? Was it a live action?
It was a live action
Okay.
pilot, single camera, of course, and we just took all our energy and our resources and just put it into this pilot. Actors, magic, it was amazing. It was really well acted. It was great. It was great.
So is it stage, or is it actual narrative?
Narrative. Where we shot in, I think we shot in Santa Clarita, I think where it was. We shot in a house, and what was happening is the family of Volonians, they actually come to Earth, and from their distant planet, and now they have to relate or adapt to what's happening on Earth as opposed to what's happening in their planet, and how they live their life and how they do their life. So when if you ever get the opportunity to see the pilot, you'll understand how it morphed into a book, because we had to tell that story, because they're so different from Earthlings, but a little alike. But they're very compelling yet rebellious and powerful beings, and yeah, I'll just say that.
Okay,
without giving anything
too
away.
much, right?
Yeah.
So you got a question, man? Did you want to ask Carlos? You just forgot. You want to talk about the cover? You want to ask about the cover?
About the cover, what are the characters' names?
On the cover, if you look on the cover, the characters' names are Vara Cutter. She's a Class 6 Volonian woman. And this is Menace, and he's a Class 8 Volonian man. And the class system dictates what type of powers they have. Like you're like, how old are you?
9.
9. Usually, if you're age 9, you're like a class maybe 1 or 2, which means you can only disappear or reappear. You can't really do anything like the other. Like she could teleport, or she could do a spell, to create things, and he can move metal. Because he's a Class 8, he can do everything. That's the highest class there is in Valonia.
So it sounds like from whatever class 1 to 8, it starts from 1 and then goes up to 8.
Is there a class 0?
No.
At least not yet.
Yeah,
right?
we
can't get into that one yet, right?
We can't give that away. But when you read the book, you'll understand that you start as a class 1, because that's your inheritance into the Volonian world.
Okay.
To at least get that class 1.
Okay, so do you want to talk about the artist who did the cover?
One of my friends, who I've known now for maybe 5 or 6 years, he did the cover. It's great artwork. We knew what we wanted. If you notice the woman on the right, Vara Cutter, like I said, she's a classics. She is has a mahogany skin, and she's a beautiful woman, and she has a set of twins on the planet who are amazing. And there's a boy and a girl, Brock and Shazar. And then on the other side of the cup of Vara is going to be Menace. And he is like I said, he's a rebellious Volonian man. And things have happened to him that causes him to look the way he looks and to be the way he is. So you'll have to read the story to get more in depth in why he is the way he is. Yeah.
So Volonians. What does that mean?
What does
and
Volonians
that's a
mean?
different name, because brothers, man, we can make up some names.
We can make up some names.
So
we can.
You gotta explain what a Volonian is.
A Volonian. We love the title because to us it means freedom.
Okay.
And
nice.
if you notice, if you take off the N and S, it's Valonia. That's their planet.
Oh,
that's the
nice.
planet
Okay.
that they're from. It's a golden planet, beautiful beings with magic, and they're just amazing beings. And like I said, some of them are rebellious, some of them are fun, some of them are they're all well educated people. But of course you have, there's an upper Valonia and a lower Valonia.
Okay.
And some people live in upper Valonia, like the elite and the aristocrat, the elite bunch. And then the lower Valonians are the people who are, some of them have done crimes and done things to, that are not good for their communities. So yeah, it's similar to Earth, but we have different names and different rituals and different things that we do on Valonia.
But how did they get to Earth?
Is that something that can be mentioned in this interview, or would you rather have us?
It can't be mentioned in the interview.
Would you rather have us read it?
You have to read it and understand. But that was the pilot. The Earth theme was the pilot. That was the pilot.
Okay.
Yeah, the book is totally different. Yeah.
So is there anywhere we can go to watch the pilot exactly? Or?
No, the pilot it's under lock and key.
It's in lock and key.
And the reason why is because we know once the movie come out, years later, we want to be able to have that as a bonus for people to say, "Oh my God, they actually shot this years ago." Because you'll see that it would have been shot, 2000. We shot it in 2010, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and we just after that we say, "You know what? We're going to keep this, lock this away, and then we'll bring it back when it's the right time." Because I think people would appreciate it. They would really appreciate seeing the pilot.
Right.
Yeah. The pilot.
Okay, man. So in terms of I noticed that you sent me a link.
Yes.
And I noticed that you and Chris, you guys looks like you were on tour somewhere. You guys go to schools to do some kind of performance. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes. What we end up doing is we paired our book, which is reading, with theater, and we created the Let's Read program. Okay. And what that is it's our effort in helping kids or inspiring kids to read more. Because a lot of times we're on our cell phones, smartphones, we're on games or doing whatever. So we say, you know what?
But you can read on all of those.
Yes, you can, but sometimes they distract you from your thought. And when you're reading, you go into this world of imagination that.
Yeah, that's what happens to me.
Yes.
Like the words all transform, in your mind, and it looks like you're actually in there.
But you're not there, but you mentally go there.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of our Let's Read program. And what we do is we go on stage and we have this 2-man show, and we've gone to 40 schools so far, and we go there and there's about 200, 300 screaming kids from grades third grade all the way through 8th grade, and they're just excited to see us. And we perform a play, and we give them cards, and then they go and purchase the book and read the book and respond back to us about the book and
that's way to make money,
how they like the book. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool.
So how would a school contact you, or do you contact schools and say, "Hey, we put on this play, or this
do you have
theater"?
do you have can you go to like different districts?
Yes, we can. We've been in Compton, Long Beach, LA School District, Culver City, Hollywood. There's tons of districts, and Lakeview as well, and Lakewood. We've been to all these districts, and earlier on, what will happen is we'll contact the school because we wanted to get started, and then some teachers will invite us in, and we'll go into the auditorium, and they'll have 3 or 4 classrooms in there, and then we'll just come in and put on the play, and then what will happen is they'll say, hey, you guys are great, you guys should go to this school, and then before you know it, we had this trail of so many schools that we were doing because from word of mouth, people really appreciated and loved the play. So we just kept going and going and going. But next year in the fall, when we do the bigger play, we're gonna hire someone to actually facilitate the whole process of it because it's a lot. It's a lot of times and when to be here and our cost. It's going to be a lot. We're going to have a lot of actors as well. It's not just going to be Chris and I. It's going to be a bigger version of it.
Wow.
Yeah, a bigger version
What
of it.
school are you gonna go to? Do you know what schools are you gonna go to?
We don't know just yet. Yeah.
Don't know yet. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go to bigger. It's gonna be a bigger version though. Yeah.
All right.
It's a good
All
book.
right. So just kind of going back to contacting the schools or the schools contacting you. So is it something? How long does it take usually? I mean, how much in advance would you and Chris need to know? I know it's a 2-man team. Eventually, it's going to expand. But how much in advance notice would you need in order to do the
Usually,
play?
it's instant. What happens is people go to our website Volonians.com, and then there's a tab that says request to play. And once you request to play, we put you on our schedule. If we're not busy for the week, we say, we can squeeze, Hollywood High into, or the elementary school or whatever. We'll squeeze them in there, and then it's just first come first serve.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Real easy, real simple.
I bet I bet you would want to go to my sister's school because she loves reading.
Yeah, she does. No, now what age group? Speaking of that, because my children are 9 and 12 now. What age group would you say this book?
This book goes from 3rd grade all the way to adulthood.
Adulthood. Okay.
Yeah. Starting at 3rd grade.
About there.
A lot of we've. It's funny because we've gone to 1st graders and 2nd graders, and they may not be able to read the book, but they appreciate it and thoroughly enjoyed the play.
Okay.
So and they were talking about making an illustrative book, for the 1st and 2nd graders, so they can see it, and maybe make it a little, for 1st and 2nd graders, so that they can get in on it, the Volonian world.
All right, we like that, man. The Volonian world.
The Volonian world. It's such a vast world. It's such a beautiful world too.
I could already imagine it.
Yeah. See, and that's really the whole point of the book. I promise you, for us to imagine these things, because sometimes life is easy for you to create. You can easily watch a movie and see it all, because the director and the producers and writers have already created it for you.
Right.
But when you're reading this, there's nothing. There's no set. There's nothing. So you have to go deep into your imagination and read the book and say, this is what this looks like. This is what this looks like. And what happens is when the movie comes out, a lot of people are mad because they've envisioned it one way in their own contraption, and then the producer or director say, this is how we're going to show it. So that's always the negative part about creating a movie with that, because you create it here in your mind and then they do something else. You're like, but it's good to always read books. It's just good. It exercises that imagination. Can't do it again. It can't. Games, I appreciate games, but a book can do more. A book can do more than Facebook. It can do more than smartphones. You will seep into imagination with books.
I'm reading this book called The Lost Hero. There's this part where they're in this Alice's mansion, whatever you want to call it, and I can imagine, since the author described it as like a glass place. I think the like there's no floor, since I think Alias' name, he's the god of the wind, so he doesn't have to. But then the harpies, I can imagine, since it said the harpies come and like build a floor, I can imagine, but I imagine like the whole room, like the walls and everything are.
You're just imagining, huh? You're in your mind, you're like, oh my God, this is what this is. I love that. Like, I love imagination. It just, I don't understand what it does. That's why we wrote it. And when you read it, you're going to understand everything is descriptive. We've described everything to a T. So you know what this is, what's on the table, what the table is, what the person looked like. We just wanted it to be so like just so colorful for kids and everybody. Yeah.
All right, man. So, in addition to Volonians, you mentioned that you said you have something else that you're doing. Was some kind of like web series or like webisode?
Yeah. I'm doing the.
Or you did, or
no, I'm still. I'm still actually
participating in.
I actually have to produce and shoot an episode next Saturday. It's the Unwritten Rules. My friend Kim Williams, she wrote the entire book, and it's the Unwritten Rules is based on the book. So it's a really fun. It's a young lady. Her name is Racy, and she's in corporate America, and her challenges that she have in corporate America, being a black woman, a black person, in corporate America, and how they react to her. So it's been fun. We've been doing it for 3 years. It's on YouTube. We're in our 29th episode or something like that.
Okay, what's this web series called again?
It's called The Unwritten Rules.
Unwritten Rules. So
Yes.
if we go on to YouTube and type Unwritten Rules, we should be
Unwritten
going
Rules.
to
It's gonna go. You're gonna see all the episodes.
to the channel. Okay.
Yeah, click right to the channel. Yeah,
Nice,
it's pretty
man.
good. Pretty good. It's pretty fun. It's fun to do. It's just a fun thing to do, and helping out others is what I love to do. I'll just help out anybody if I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to ask, man, or?
No, not really.
You good? Not really? Okay. All right. Is there anything else, Carlos, you want to mention?
That is it. Just if you can go to Volonians.com to request to play, or you can also buy the book on Amazon. It's available on Kindle paperback on Amazon.com, and you spell Volonians VOLONIANS. That's how you spell it. It's simple, but a lot of people can get it wrong. Some people call it Valerians or
That's hilarious.
right, or other things. Right. And I'm just like, no, it's Volonians, but it's really easy. It's really easy.
So the website is with the S at the end, right?
With a S.
VOLONIANS.
Yes.
.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty good stuff. So check it out. Check out what we're doing. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and we're on Twitter as Volonians.
Volonians. All right, cool. Well, Carlos, thanks, man, for taking your
for
time out
having
and doing this. It's always fun, man.
Yeah.
And best wishes to you and Chris on this endeavor.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully that movie will be made.
It's going down. It will be made.
And you never know, man. One day I might actually put my hat in. I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, do
You're
it.
like, oh man, Moya's doing his thing too.
Right,
yeah, no,
right.
man, it's all good. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
And it's all good. And thanks, Kalel. Yes, my son is hungry, so we're gonna, get done with this interview. And everybody, check out Volonians.com. Support, and
Support the kids. Let's read.
Definitely. All right, thanks, Carlos.
Peace.
All right, peace. Want to say peace, man?
Peace.